How you doing, YouTube? It's Brownie again from the Young Zings. Today we have the top 16 from ARG Anaheim to talk about today. Believe it or not, this happened under the Konami list. I just found out today that they actually have different seasons for whenever they decide which ban list to use. I think what they do is they use, I think the first part, like after a new Konami list, they use the first part of their season under the Konami list, and then they switch their own list after a while, or something like that, and they cycle through like after every Konami list. I don't know. I'm glad they finally decided to do the Konami list. I thought the ARG list was kind of a joke. I don't really care. They had my attention beforehand, before the ARG list, but after that I was like, yo, I just don't care. But now the fact that this is under Konami means, hey, ARG, guess what? You have my attention, and boy, do you have my attention today. Let's go over to the top 16 of ARG Circuit Series Anaheim. The top 16 was 10 Performage and PAL decks, 3 Cosmo, 1 Infernoid, 1 Lightsworn, and 1 Performance and PAL Magispector, or just 1 Magispector. Holy crap! 10? 10! Dude, 10 Performance and PAL. That's so nuts. And apparently they were all playing Brilliant Fusion in the main. So let's look at these decks. So it looks like a lot of these. I just quickly scanned all these decks. I really wanted to talk about this because I don't know, it's just kind of strange. Well, I mean, these decks are pretty nuts. I mean, 10 of them topped out of the top 16. That's Necros level, okay? That is Necros level. That's absurd. Now, I'm not gonna say like, oh, this is the next deck. This is better than Necros. No, I'm just saying that I believe. Holy crap, this deck is legitimate. I didn't think this deck was very good. I thought it had some consistency issues beforehand, but really, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, so all these decks, they were all playing Brilliant Fusion, so they could send a Performage Damage Juggler or any Performage and a Gem Knight in order to make they usually make the one that lets you summon twice. Is that it? Yes, Saffronite. I think that's what most of them use. Yeah, it looks like Saffronite. Saffronite lets you have 2 normal summons, which is pretty good. I also noticed a lot of them were maining Wavering Eyes, like 2 or 3. And I was like, I thought that was pretty disgusting. That card is so, it's just on a different level. Yeah, but looking at these lists, they're all pretty much the same. They have some different text here and there. One of them plays Zephyros, Blackmoon Zephyros Elite, just like in the OCG. This one plays Summoner Monk. It's kind of cool. What else? Oh yeah, Alexander, Lysgarth, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's ARG Lolly. He was playing something he called Lolly Fiesta, and it was literally like before Mage Lightsworn. I love the way he was talking about it on stream. He was like, this is the most inconsistent play. This is the most inconsistent deck I've ever played, but it's also the most expensive because he plays 2 Minerva. Minerva's like $2,000 for a copy, so I thought that was pretty funny. Again, looking at these decks, it's pretty shocking how the Performage and PAL not the Performage and PAL, but the Performage Pendulum deck just completely wrecked everyone. I'm guessing it's because a lot of decks were not prepared. It's kind of I mean, the 3 Wavering Eyes just gives us a huge edge in the mirror match. The 3 billion, I'm surprised all of them played Brilliant Fusion. Like all of them did that topped. It's kind of interesting that that's really taken hold here in the TCG. But looking at this Cosmo deck list, like it doesn't look like he was very. Honestly, like it doesn't look like he was that gunned for a Pendulum deck. Judging from his deck list at first glance. What about this one? Yeah, not really. Like I don't get the Storing. What are you playing Storing Mirror Force? That card's terrible. I don't like Storing Mirror Force. I don't think it's very good. It's just kind of niche. I don't really get this. I think, man, these Cosmo guys, they're gonna have to start playing. Why aren't they playing Breakthrough Skill? Because they're gonna lose to Ignister Prominence. Because Magispector can make it, and that Performance and PAL deck can make it. I don't know why these Cosmo decks aren't playing Breakthrough Skill. Yeah, they cited this guy cited it, and this guy did not cite it. He probably should have. He cited Skill Drain. Well, that's pretty interesting. Come on, Cosmo guys, you gotta step it up a little bit. So that's the Performage and PAL top 16. Let me know what you guys think of this breakdown. I'll leave the link to the decks in the description so you can look at each one of them one by one. I think it's just pretty nuts that 10 of them were the Performage Pendulum deck. It's kind of scary to see that deck's finally starting to take hold, and it was an accident. I don't think this deck was ever intended, and we had a lot of people at this event, and I just think I personally think it was just because it was surprising to most people, but still that it's definitely a legitimate contender this time around. It just completely threw around my top 10 for the format, so we're gonna have to see how this deck does in the future. Hopefully in January, if they get their the Perform Palace Sorcerer. Well, hopefully not, because otherwise the deck's really going to take off. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you all next time.